Hello, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about survival water filters. Now, as preppers, most of us always have our kit, but in the unlikely event that we lose our kit or whatever reason, we can use what's around us. Here in the UK, there's rubbish all over the place, especially in woodland. And just on our travels, I just found this. So I thought what I'd do is I'll take you along step by step of how to turn this into a really cool water filter from what you can find out in the woods. Well, the first thing we need to do is to find out if this is actually suitable, okay? So the easiest way to do it is just to unscrew the lid and blow. Now we're going to be checking visibly for any holes, cuts, tears, etc. And visually it all looks okay. So that is half of the battle, okay? What you want to try and do is find yourself a container which isn't split everywhere, alright? And I'll show you for why in a bit. Okay, so here she is. It all looks okay. First thing I think we'll do is we'll take off that because we don't need it. The more we can see, the better it is. Now, what I'll need to do is to make sure that I've got enough of this material as I can. So I'm only going to cut off the very bottom, okay? Now, it hasn't got to be neat, tidy, etc. Just need to make sure that you get the bottom off, alright? Like that. That's all we really need to start with. Alright, the second part, now we've removed that, is we just need to make a couple of holes with our little knife here. One there. And one there. Doesn't have to be pretty, as I say. This is survival. It's not a beauty contest, alright? So most of us have paracord or some sort of cordage in our kit. If for some weird reason you with nothing and you haven't got this, you can actually use the roots from softwood trees. Now softwood trees, they're mainly sort of man-made and man-sown and all the rest of it. It makes it a very dark environment. There's not much that grows there apart from the trees, which makes the soil very, very soft, almost like a topsoil for a few inches. It's very easy to excavate the soil and to pull up the roots, and you can use those instead of this. For today's purposes, we're going to keep it simple and just use our trusted paracord, okay? Now, everyone should hang their paracord. It makes it nice and easy to use, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to create a long loop, thread it through and knot it so we can carry our little water filter there and hang it. As you can see, what I've done is I've cut off 1 meter length of cord. It's just a good working length to work with. Melted the ends, tied a small knot, run it from the inside, run it back through there, and all you're going to do is just to tie a securing knot to stop it falling back out. And that is it. That is it there. Nice and simple and straightforward. Now, what you see here is pretty much a leftover fire in the woods, okay? So we've got some charcoal there, some of it's gone through, some of it hasn't. So we can use these pieces, absolutely perfect for filtering water. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to gather up these pieces and put them in a spare piece of cloth, and we're going to get them processed right now. Right, here's our little bit of cloth. Well, we just gathered up the old charcoal there. So let me see, I probably won't need all of that, to be honest. So what I'll do is I'll probably remove half of this and then see how we got on, because I don't want to overfill the bottle, see. I want to make sure that there's enough room for the actual water itself. So we're going to gather that back up now and just find an old rock just lying around. Happens to fit quite good in the hand actually. And we're just going to go through the process of breaking it down. Now you can choose what you want at this stage. You can either make it dust, you can make it larger coals. It might be an idea to put the smaller pieces in first and the larger pieces on top of that. So this will take a while to go through this. I'm not going to show you all of it, but you get the idea. Well, to be honest, that took about 30 seconds, didn't take long at all. As you can probably see here, we got a good mixture of sizes. Like I said, I'm thinking of putting this fine stuff here in the bottom and the larger pieces on top. It just makes sense with the process of how it's going through. It's slowly getting finer and finer and finer near the bottom to take out them last of those nasties, okay? So here we are, back here again. We've got our bottle. This is an old t-shirt that's just been cut up, okay? We're going to use that because it's very, very fine, 100% cotton, okay? Makes an excellent, excellent filter. Speaking of which, we actually sell the shemags at the shop as well. Everyone should have a shemag in their kit, in my opinion. The amount of uses for those is incredible. So here we are. We just put our t-shirt inside, okay? Just make sure it's jammed down in there, because we want to try and get as much room as we can, right? So that's all good. The next stage is to put the charcoal stuff in there. Okay, so there's our t-shirt and there's our charcoal layer, all mixed up, okay, and it's all been pushed down. The next layer I think I'm going to be putting in there is sand. Right, the sand's in there, and also we got some stones, very, very small size stones there. Best place to find stones is any water sources, any rivers, streams, that sort of thing. That's where I got the sand from and the stones. Nearby water, you'll probably find some moss. A nice big fat lump of moss there. Grows pretty much anywhere in the UK. North facing trees is another one. So we can put our moss in there, all right? So already we're looking like we've got a pretty cool layering system. You've got the t-shirt, you've got the charcoal, you've got the sand, stones and the moss. So all we need to do now is to put our dirty water through there and keep going until it comes out clear. Once it comes out clear, we can then boil it and it should be safe to drink. Well, here she is, all ready to go. So all we need to do now is to hang her up, collect some water, pour it through and wait. Well, there we are. It's just hanging up there on a tree. So we're going to undo the bottom. Oh, that pond water stinks of like eggy farts. So we're just going to tip that through there and see how we go. You can see it now starting to drip through the bottom. As you could probably tell, it's nowhere near clear yet. So we're just going to wait for that to go through, and we're going to keep going until that looks like it's clear. It's not taking long, and already it's looking nice and clear. But be under no illusion, that's a huge risk if you were to drink that now. I would boil that personally, bring it to the boil, give it 30 seconds and it should be fine. Well, there she is. Anyone can do it. There's materials everywhere. You just need to open your mind a bit and learn how to use them. But already that's working like a charm. It didn't take long to make and it didn't cost any money. At a pinch, that could save your life. For more skills and tips like this, please check out the links below on the courses that we offer here at the Bug Out and Prepper Survival. It's awesome. Thanks for watching. Stay funky.